Live from Los Angeles, it's Hump Day and time for the Kruse Control Show. And here's our host, Brian Kruse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Hump Day, everybody. It is Hump Day, Hump Day, Hump Day. January 22nd, 2025. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Hump Day. Hope you had a great week so far. I've been sick. I'm kind of feeling better now, so I'm like, we're going live. Making it happen. So excited to have you here as always. Hope you had a great week. It's going to be a fantastic Hump Day as always on Kruse Control. Episode, what's it, 289? We're almost at almost 300 episodes in. So close to that number. Thank you so much for being here day in and day out. And joining us back, of course, is our tech director himself, guys. You know and love him. The Thirsty Daddy, GR. What's up, GR?
Good old day. I'm not having a great night. I had oral surgery today, so my mouth's a little sore.
Oh. Yeah, that oral surgery, GR was getting it in. That's not good, GR. But how you feeling good besides that? It's gonna be great to get that teeth in eventually, right?
Yeah, another 6 months.
One day.
Daddy.
Right, Pappy? Right.
So, someday over the rainbow.
Someday GR will be okay. That's gonna be good, GR. It's a step forward though. Before you went, I remember you went like a month ago or something like that, and you thought something was happening, and then nothing happened. And so you're like, okay, I guess I'm just going there to twiddle my thumbs and call someone Susie, right?
Yeah, wasting money.
That's how it goes for doctors. Well, but that bright ass smile is coming back, GR. It's coming back. It's gonna happen. Good to see you, GR.
Good to be here, bro.
Yeah. And also joining us back on Kruse Control, it is Hump Day. Happy to have him back, everybody. You know, love him, director himself, Mr. Trevor Triggs. What's up, Queen?
Hello. Here I am. I'm doing this, and then I might go do karaoke, or I might play Fortnite. I've got a big night planned.
Oh, sweet. You have some maybe karaoke afterwards, huh?
Probably Fortnite, though. My Fortnite crew is watching this, so I should tell them that I'm coming to do Fortnite and not go to karaoke.
Like, wait a second.
Angela. Hey, girl.
Angela's not here, buddy. Hey, whoa, Peppy. Watch out. The pep star, man. He's going to say some crazy shit sometimes, right? That's cool. You got to be careful what you say, because they're like, come on, Trevor, come to us, man. We want to see you tonight, right?
Yep. Careful about what I say is not what I have in store for hot takes tonight, so,
Don't fuck around.
Right. I mean, I can't wait to see what that's going to be about. What's up, Racer X? Good to see you. I know what you mean. Sometimes it's like the hot take stuff. We leak some of that stuff in there, we're not really talking about, but we get into it, So, it's just three of us tonight, and Pep Star, and of course, remotely. Sometimes we might be able to hear him, but most of the time he probably will not be here. Mr. Dave Batista. Dave, are you out there somewhere, Dave? Dave, are you out there? Probably not. He'll pop in maybe once in a while and make a little quirk. I don't know. One day Dave will fix his internet. I don't know. Right, Peppy? One day.
You're killing me, Larry.
I know, right, Peppy? One day he'll figure it out. But good to see you guys here. Happy Hump Day. Good to see you, Queen. Emma Peel, welcome back. Reporting for duty for service. Good to see you, Emma Peel. Thank you all for being here. As always, it is a Hump Day, and my voice might still be a little groggly. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's been one of those like weird flu bug things. I don't know, but I'm happy to be here. It is Hump Day. But it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It could be a Monday, Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. And there's always one thing going down on Kruse Control, and that is what, GR? You're saying already. What is it, GR?
Hot takes.
No, it's breaking news. Come on. There's an order of operations.
It's the drugs. That's my excuse, okay?
It's a game where you jump to different conclusions. And then anyways. The first thing I want to talk about is Family Guy and Simpsons. We got a lot of shows coming out right now for their debut for their season. Starting February 16th, season 23 of Family Guy will come out, followed by, of course, Grimmsburg at 8:30, and then you have the Great North coming out, and also Crapolopolis on that day. Crapolopolis just keeps moving, guys. I remember when I first heard about Crapolopolis, I'm like, is this really gonna fly? But it's doing so good, it keeps going. And then the following March 30th, you're gonna get The Simpsons debuting finally again for their 36th season, and then of course the Great North and Crapolopolis and Family Guy as well. So cartoons coming back. I love them so much. Keep these things going. They're so great. They predict. I mean, The Simpsons predicts the whole fucking future. They know everything. But also, it's always fun to see this comedy come back. It's great to have great staples for animation in there. They're not messing up The Neighborhood. But The Neighborhood is also coming back in a new spin-off, everybody. If you've ever watched The Neighborhood, they're expanding now into a further different spin-off, or a second spin-off now, based off the big CBS hit comedy series starring Cedric the Entertainer. Now, this will serve as a planted spin-off in the last episode with Marcel Spears and Sean McKinney, and it will follow Marty and Malcolm as they embark on new adventures, finally leaving their parents' nest to start a new chapter of their lives, find themselves and new coming neighborhood that's both close yet far apart, Venice Beach. And of course, the show takes place in like Pasadena, so they're not that far apart. They're that far apart. But it's good to see that they're going to keep doing this again. It's fun. I mean, I've watched some of The Neighborhood. I've had some friends actually worked out, and I love it so much. I've watched episodes here and there. It's fun. It's it's been around for like, this is the 7th season out right now. So I mean, they've been doing it for a long time, and good for them to keep going. If people love it, keep it going. That's what I keep saying. Keep it going. Doing great, but also doing great now too is Gladiator 2, which is officially on Paramount Plus now. If you can't see it in theaters, you can actually check it out officially on Paramount Plus. Ridley Scott's epic Gladiator 2. It grossed $455 million, and all these big noms been for it. 2 Golden Globe noms, 4 Critics' Choice noms, 3 BAFTA Film Awards, and a SAG Award nominations come in too. So everybody's loving it. I thought it was a great movie. Really did a good job with it. I think what they did with it felt like it was in that same genre as the OG, but expanding upon the universe and set up for a third one. So hopefully it's great. But another period piece that everyone's talking about these days is American Primeval. I don't even say that. It's American Primeval. I don't know how you even say that.
Primeval.
I'm gonna give myself one of these. I want to say Primeval too, but I guess so, yeah. But I've started watching this. Everybody was talking about Western miniseries on Netflix. Right now, the most watched TV series in the streamer in the last week had 14.3 million views from January 13th to 19th. And now in totality, it has had over 24.7 million views. So the numbers keep going up for this too. People are loving this show. It's gritty, it's gruesome, it's intense. The first episode is like, I started watching it because it's only like 7 episodes. I think I'm 4 episodes in. It's a lot to swallow, but it is delving into that old Western front type genre. It's one of the best Westerns I've seen in a long time. It really is. And again, it's just trying to get across the old terrain with all the Native Americans, and then the fight with the Mormons and the U.S. government and everybody in between. So it's very fascinating. Murder, and of course, people again have warrants out for people. It's really cool. It's really fascinating. If you haven't checked it out, it's bloody, it's gory, it's interesting. I like it. It's not like Substance gory. That was crazy. I just watched the Substance, guys. That was freaking super gory. I don't know the fuck. I'll talk about that later, but that was a lot. The animals were CGI, Queen. What animals are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Lion King? Oh, Gladiator 2. Oh, they didn't have scenes.
The Gladiator.
Yeah, they did have CG lions. Everybody likes CG lions, right? And CG monkeys in there too. But I still enjoyed it, Queen. I think it was still good. Give it a shot, Queen. Give it a shot. Unlike Alec Baldwin, don't give it a shot. Alec Baldwin's back in the news for us. That was probably a bad transition. But the indie western Rust has been revealed now. And they've been having some little in Poland. They had a debut for it. It's been shown. They did a big monument. It was a big thing for Elena Hutchinson over the whole actual debut of it. Of course, she lost her life in the production. But now they've been trying to find domestic distribution, but nobody wants to pick it up. So nobody's picking it up right now. Still can't find 2 months after it's been done. They've been pitching it. No one wants to bring it to the States because of all the controversy. Straight to DVD or streaming. I mean, physical media, probably streaming straight to like one of the platforms. I'm guessing it'll be, I'm gonna say Prime, straight to Prime Video. I don't think you'll ever see a theatrical debut for this, but we'll have to wait and find out, guys. But again, he was probably hoping for it, bold after all this stuff, but it doesn't sound like that's going to happen. But you know what's rusting away is that Silo, guys. Have you guys watched Silo? If you haven't watched Silo, come on, guys, tell me if you have. If you haven't, I love Silo. The third season or the second season's out. The third and fourth season have been picked up. They're already shooting season 3 right now. They got season 4 written. They plan to shoot season 3 and 4 back to back, and then the whole show will be done. And Rebecca Ferguson's coming back to the last 2 seasons. They're gonna take a 3-month hiatus between season 3 and 4 in production. They're gonna be done with it. But they teased the next season, the very last scene of this new season. Ashley Zuckerman and Jessica Henwick came in. They will be debuting. They debuted in the episode, but they will be in the whole next season as principal players. They're coming back to be like main event players. I call main players. They're definitely main cast. And I like to say main event players. It's always fun for me. But the Apple TV Plus series is moving forward based off the Wolves series. Again, about a bunch of people trapped in a bunker after post-apocalyptic situation went down. They've been there for hundreds of years. They want to get out. They don't know if it's clean outside, if it's not. Can they actually breathe or not? There's a lot of controversies and conspiracy theories inside the silo. It's a really fascinating show. And I really enjoy it so much. But the next season, these characters coming back, and we're going to see some more of the what happened before they were in the silo, which I think is really fascinating. I think it's just a lot of fun. Wouldn't watch Russ if they pay me. He said, yeah, I get that too, man. I think a lot of people are going to boycott that. But I think people should watch this. If you haven't checked out Silo, please check it out because I'm fascinated by it. I love it so much. I really am. It just keeps doing great. Unlike this Beldani Blake Lively situation, it keeps blowing up more. But Beldani released a tape. I don't know if you guys saw this. Released a tape of the whole BTS of shooting of the whole dance sequence in the movie. Now, there's this whole sequence. It's all slow motion in the movie. When this happens when you shoot stuff like this, normally you don't record dialogue because it's slow motion. So the actors will still talk and they'll still interact as if they are shooting dialogue because it still shows it in the scene, right? And so you get to see their interaction as director, actor kind of situation. They're joking and they're going back and forth, talking about the scenes like, hopefully I'm not getting my spray tan on you. And then she's laughing about that. And he's like whispering in her ear and like, nibbling at her neck and stuff like that, which is like what would be happening in that scene. And so he came forward and said, this is going to be actual footage to prove that she's wrong. Like she's joking. She gets it. Her team came forward and said, no, this absolutely showcases this was harassment, which again, I'm like, cause he was like whispering in her ear and stuff like that. You're acting, you're in the scene acting. You're going to be doing that stuff if you ask me. But her team said that every frame of the release corresponds to the letter that Miss Lively described in paragraph 40 of her complaint. The video shows Mr. Beldani repeatedly leaning in towards Miss Lively, attempting to kiss her, kissing her forehead, rubbing his face and mouth against her neck, flicking her lip with his thumb, caressing her, telling her how good she smells, and which is talking completely out of character. When, the character would be saying that. It's a fine line, guys. This is one of those things that kind of blow my mind. I'm starting to lean towards him, guys. I'm not trying to say that girls, if they feel harassed, they shouldn't speak up. You should speak up. But this is like what you're doing. You're acting in the scene. Camera's rolling. They're saying background action. You're acting. And you have to act in the scene. Even though it's slow motion, there's no dialogue recorded. This is insinuating. It has to happen. But her people are saying this, honestly, proving that he was harassing her. It's a lot. They're involved. It's a big harassment case. We're going to see where this goes. She's going after him. It's $400 million right now that he's charged, or he's going for her for defamation. She's firing back. You watch the footage. It's like 15 minutes long or something. If you watch the footage, you'll see that's what happens on set. So to me personally, I just don't see this being a smoking gun for her. It does feel like it's like we're doing the work, we're doing the job. And this is what you do. We're acting. So, we'll see how it blows out. We will. But that keeps going up and blowing up. And you know what else is blowing up is, of course, the Netflix fees, because Netflix has raised their prices again, everybody, because they can't stop, won't stop. They're paying WWE now, so they need to make more money. So started yesterday, they actually raised the prices. Now their ad tier will cost $7.99 a month. It was usually $6.99. The premium tier will go up to $24.99. And then the standard plan with ads is going to go up to $17.99. $2 raise on standard and $2 on premium and $1 on the ads. Well, that's what they're saying, Emma Peel. She's trying to say that he was that she was being harassed by him. He was talking appropriately to her. He was asking her about her weight. and he was being insensitive to her on set without a coordinator, a intimacy coordinator on set. But this scene, if you watch the scene, it seems like, if you ask me, I've been on a bunch of productions. It seems like they're acting in the scene, but they're still talking like they would like about things on set. But you're acting, which you have to act in the scene. You're acting in the scene. There's no dialogue. It's called MOS. So there's no dialogue. And so you still have to pretend like that dialogue counts, though, which is why this situation is kind of a lot to me. But I mean, we'll see. Well, it might blow up. We'll talk more about that. But Netflix is raising their prices, and they also want to do full-time sports guys too. That's a whole thing that said Ted Sardanos came forward and said that they want to. They've had some live sports. They have WWE, of course, I just said before that. But now they're actually interested, if it works out with both parties, maybe doing full seasons of football games or basketball games or baseball games on Netflix. I don't know if their bandwidth can handle it, but we'll have to wait and find out. But Netflix wants to do that, so good luck to them. And also, good luck, because they have a lot of drama behind them. They do with, of course, raising price. People are upset about that. But someone else is upset in the news right now is Jimon Hansoon. Okay, now Jimoon came forward and he was talking about his pay in Hollywood. Now, if you've seen him before, which I know I've seen him in a million things, you probably have before too. Now, Blood Diamond was one back in the day. Recently, if you think about it, he was in the new Shazam movie, but he's been in a bunch of stuff. But he came forward and said that he's struggling to make a living as an actor, despite receiving critical acclaim, awards, attention in films, big and small. He said he's still struggling to make a living. He's hard to make a dollar. He's been in many blockbuster films. Yes, I'm struggling financially. I'm definitely underpaid. And he went into the whole thing about being like diversity. Sometimes he gets underpaid. People don't know who he is, even though he's so well known, and that he always gets undercut on his wages. And it's like, this guy's been nominated for multiple Golden Globes, Oscars. He's had a career. Like, for me, it feels like the wrong time to kind of say that. So people are not working that much as it is. There's a lot of actors underpaid. There's a lot of actors that can't get jobs in Hollywood. There's a lot of actors that don't even have a name for themselves. There's a lot of actors that can't find representation. There's a lot of actors that can't have health insurance, and you're complaining about, probably a millionaire himself, about not making enough money. Man, I know it's hard. It's hard to be a fucking actor. Let me say, it's hard to be a fucking actor. But there are people that are lower than you that have also haven't had no jobs this year. It just seems tone deaf. Read the room right now, man. I appreciate his work. I think he's a great actor, but I appreciate being upset about your career, but think about what's happening in the world right now and how people are not working and how the union fucking sucks right now because there's no jobs and people are upset. Think about that before you come forward and say, I'm not rich enough. And, I can go on and off by that, but I would say it just kind of blows my mind. And Trevor Noah is also hosting the Grammys, guys, because, of course, he's been doing it for the past 3 years, and he's a producer, and we kind of knew it was happening, but he just announced that he's hosting the 67th annual Grammys. So good for him, man. He's going to keep doing that probably until he's old and gray. And you know what? Why not? He's great. So a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Yeah. People that's the problem too. I probably butchered his name too, Jimon, and I try to phonetically spell it out too. But he's a great actor. So if he's getting paid, talk to your agent about this. Don't blast it on social media, on the news, or in interviews, because you're just gonna sound like you're a freaking asshole, man. Even though he's probably a great person, but it's like honestly, a lot of people are not getting paid these days. There's a lot less jobs right now in Hollywood, and it's hard for everybody. It could be hard for him too. But there's a lot of people that are not making any money, but. I don't know. A lot of breaking news.
Right? I kind of feel like that's a good reason for him to say something, though, because I think if people see that even the bigger name actors are struggling, they should be able to kind of port that to the people who are further downstream from him also. If this guy who's been nominated for Oscars and has been in a ton of shit is struggling, then imagine what the lower the non name recognition people are going through. I think it's the same as when we talk about the union strikes. People are always put a target on Tom Cruise's back or whatever. It's oh, he doesn't need to strike. He's making $1 billion, but it's the lower paid actors need those people in the union also to just be hey, we stand in solidarity with everybody. So I don't know. That's my read on the Jaimin Hansu. I'm not pronouncing it correctly either. But that's my read on the situation is that I think that this is good for solidarity for him to say something. So
you're right. It really could be.
I also just Googled it quick. According to Google, which take this with a grain of salt. Who knows what Google is accurate? His net worth is somewhere between $2 and $4 million, which is significantly lower than you'd expect an actor who's got 2 Oscar nominations that's been at a high level for 30 years. So Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
poor
that's true,
thing to
Trev.
have a $2 to $4 million net worth. I'm really feeling for him. You know,
It's a good point, though. I mean, I get it. Like, that is true. Like, it could be a thing where it's like he could maybe raise some more eyebrows for people too. You know, it might help. It might help people. So I get what Trevor's saying. It could, but I still, it's just like a situation like that. A lot of people have been like raising their eyebrows to it. I'm shocked that he's like complaining about not making enough money, but maybe that is still happening. You know, because the producers have been undercutting people constantly. You know, just keep constantly undercutting people. So. It just
I
happens.
tried to let you down easily by telling you I found you disgusting.
Okay, Dave, that's a good way to say it to me when you haven't been here all night. Thank you, Dave, for being here. Appreciate you. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. We'll talk more about that. But now it's that time for one-on-one, head-to-head. Who's going to win? The hot takes. Let's do it. Now it's that time for those hot takes. This is that time for 1 minute on the clock. And all my guests get 1 minute bring all their hot takes on all the latest breaking news. Now, can they make it for that bomb blows up or will they not? I'm fine with it, whatever, guys. I've been fine for a while. It comes down to you. You tell us who you think should win hot takes. Now we're going to find out right now. Let's go to the panel. All right, everybody. All right, one-on-one. GR.
Oh boy.
GR versus Trevor. I know Pepe's not going to do it, and Dave has horrible internet, or he would do it too. Pepe,
I'm
you
not
should do
your
it, man.
puppet.
I know
Since
Pepe.
there's
You're
just
not my
the two of
puppet.
us, do we get 75 seconds today?
Oh, we could do that if you want. You guys want more time?
I don't know. I haven't practiced mine today. I wrote stuff down, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to say it.
Dave, can they give more time? Dave. I'm confused. I guess he's saying yes, but he's also laughing at you guys. So I don't know, Dave. Dave, you there? Dave. I guess Dave's gone. I guess. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you why.
I don't know why either, Pepe. All right. If you guys want more time, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna send it to GR first, since we're so.
thank you.
Since we're understaffed tonight. GR, I'm sending it your way, and GR, I want you to know, it's just because you looked like you just had a little hot spice twinkle in your eyes. That's what it felt like to me. So
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. All right, here we go, GR. We're gonna have these hot takes. We're gonna drop them like they're hot takes time. Get sassy, sexy, sophisticated, and raise up that glass, GR, because it's hot take time. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Animation domination back at last. Oh, what did I write here? I can't remember. Oh, another neighborhood spinoff. Like, yeah. It's a throwback to the 70s in reverse. Gladiator 2, it was great, but it wasn't as good as number 1, even with it Denzel playing a baddie. American Primeval, I'll watch it. The director, I just went blank on his name. Newton, I think. 5 straight hits he's on a roll.
Extra time.
Episode. Yeah, well, Ross, possibly no U.S. release. No, who cares? Baldoni. I agree with Brian. That clip, it looked just like any other love scene that's being played in the movie. The right thing to do. Netflix getting greedier. There's a shock. Hensoon, my question: if you're worth $4 million, what the did you do with the money? No, getting the Grammys. There's no shock there.
And I guess GR didn't need the extra time at all, did you, GR?
Guess not.
But for it, it's only 10 takes.
All right, GR. Well, great hot takes, GR. Great hot takes. Woo! How's it feel, GR?
Just marvelous, darling. Simply marvelous.
Great hot takes, GR.
Woo!
All right. I guess I'll get mine done in 60 seconds also then.
Okay, no double
GR
time.
set
You
the bar for me.
Okay, I gave him more time though, but I can give you more time if you want. You know what? You sure?
Let's just see what happens.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Okay, let's do this, Trevor. Whew. All right, let's take a breath. Make it work. Make it real. Here we go. It's hot take time. And exactly now, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Family Guy, Simpsons, bored. When is Bob's Burgers coming back? If you're moving from Pasadena to Venice Beach, you need to know one time I was running in Venice Beach and a white guy came up to me unprompted and asked if I could film him rapping. He went, wow, pow, blow, badow, said have a nice day and walked away. Gladiator 2 4K and Blu-ray release date is March 4th. Eric Newman is a primeval American beast. Silo has Rebecca Ferguson and Jessica Henwick now. Okay, fine, I'll watch it. It's nice that Hutchins' widow and child have received a stake in the Rust box office, but as her mother said, there's still no justice for my daughter, and given Baldwin's new lawsuit, does anybody want to see this guy running around as a gun-toting outlaw? No wonder Baldoni's dancing is so awkward in the clip that was released. He's shot his own feet clean off. I feel like I say this every week, but streaming prices will continue to rise and value will continue to fall. Jaimin Hansu's statement here is another component to a broader conversation we've been having for a while. Some progress has been made, but he's showing us how far we have left to go. As long as The Daily Show guy is hosting the Grammys ceremony, which will, quote, pay tribute to the firefighters, I hope he uses the platform to advocate for releasing them from prison and paying them more than $5 a day.
There we go. Great hot takes, Trevor.
What I got?
Woo!
He didn't need that extra time either.
Nope, I got it. Nailed it.
We get so used to the minute. I think that just means you're just used to the minute. That's it, So that's all you need. That's all you need.
Don't mess with the formula, I guess.
Yep. Great hot takes across the board. Great hot takes across the board. Okay, I'm going to put it out to the chat right now, guys. One-on-one. Who wins the hot takes for today? And while we're doing that, of course, let's get a little deeper dive. Let's talk about some more stuff in some quick takes. All right, everybody. So much going down from the Blake Lively Baldoni situation to actors' wages to, again, the Grammys. A lot going on here today. There's more than that. Of course, Gladiator coming out. There's a lot going on. Let's all talk about this stuff right now. Let's get into it a little bit deeper. Let's get serious, and let's dive right in. So, okay, guys. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this wage stuff one more time. I like what you were saying about, of course, I don't want to butcher his name, guys. I don't want to butcher his name, but I'm going to do it anyways. Jaimon, it's Jaimon Hansoon. Jaimon Hansoon. That's how I think his name. Jaimon Hansoon. Okay. So Jaimon. Jaimon came forward, and I get what you were saying, Trevor. I think that is very fascinating. It's good. If you showcase what he's making, you think what he wouldn't make compared to inflation, how much it costs to live in Los Angeles, how wages are supposed to have been going up since our strikes. You see his wage. That makes sense. I mean, maybe you're like, maybe that can be some change. But do you think there are people out there that are like screaming, being like, well, what about me? I think everybody's gonna be saying that. But do you think there are actors like, what about me? What about me?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's tons of them. I think it's very natural to think that and like feel that immediately, like when somebody who's so much higher up, like complains about like, oh, they don't have enough or whatever. But like, I just think that like, it's an opportunity to look at it from a different angle, that like, this could be like a jumping off point for a conversation that benefits everybody. And I think that that's usually in situations like this, I think that that's the play to make. Like, how can this help everybody? Can we have this conversation? It's like everybody assumes that everyone's making, that actors are making a ton of money, but it's like, you look at a Marvel movie, it's got a $200 million budget. Well, $50 million of that's going straight to Robert Downey Jr. The rest of the actors sure aren't getting $50 million. Like you have to consider that, So I think he makes valid points. I mean, yeah, $2 million to $4 million would be absolutely life-changing money to, me or you or any of us. But, there's so many components to it. And like, I don't know if I know enough about everything that I'm saying here to like be the one making these arguments. But I mean, it's also like, you have to consider that like when you're playing at that level at Hollywood, like there's more expenses that you have that other people don't have. Also, like he also needs to present himself in a way, like, I mean, he's going to have to show up in like fancy suits or else the press is going to tear him apart. Like, you have to maintain a certain level of lifestyle or else a lot of stuff comes down on you also. So like you get caught in this situation. I don't know.
It's very true though. It's very true. You get to a certain area that like, you have to kind of hold that true. It's like be that A-lister kind of look and that kind of that situation supposed to be in. And then of course there are more expenses. There's more agent. Your agent prices go up. Your manager prices go up. You're probably paying a publicist. You know, you think about that right there. That's a big portion of your check. On top of that too, of course, maybe you've gotten two different classes. You're buying more things. They hold a certain standard, so you are that superstar. And I think what it comes down to, though, too, why he's not making as much comes down to residuals as well. We really shit the bed in the residuals. And I think a lot of people had more money than you'd think they would because they were getting it. It was like the gift that kept on giving. And it's not really giving like it used to. I think that'll eventually be gone. And then it becomes like, is it a sustainable job to be an actor? That's where it comes down to, too. And that's what we're getting away
with
from.
the strikes also with the Netflix residuals and the new media residuals. I see Queen posted in the chat that he needs to join the MCU or the DCU. He's in both.
He's in both.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel for Marvel, and he was in both Shazam movies for DC. So like he already did.
Yeah, I know. It apparently didn't help him. You know what I mean? And it's like that's why I was like, I've seen this guy in everything. That's why I'm like. And I get like he's been popping in, but they're not huge parts, you know. If you're not a massive like principal, then you're not making like the biggest contract. You're still making good money plus residuals, but you're not doing like what you would be. It's like he's like an established day player kind of this point. That's what it kind of feels like. Well, look at his catalog of work too.
Player. Come on, this guy.
GR, what do you think?
I understand where Trevor's going with his comments about talking about you, but. Like us, Brian. I mean, we're not making $1 gazillion a year, and if you're worth $2 to $4 million, like I said in Hot Take, what the fuck are you doing with your money? Put some of it in the bank, you know.
Bank it up, GR. Bank it up.
Well, it's what it sounds like when I hear somebody making that kind of money. Complain. I think about the people that win the lottery and then are broken a year later. It happens.
Yeah, well, that's what people will start leaning towards OGR too. That will be like that's like a knee-jerk reaction, initial reaction you're gonna have too. Like some people are like I had it too. I'm like, what at first, but I like what Trevor was saying about it too, because it is true. It's like maybe it can. Do you think it can shine some light to help the business some more?
Oh, it ain't gonna hurt, but he's gonna get a lot of grief about it.
Yeah,
that's what I said. What are you doing? You know why you making so much money? Why are you bitching?
Yeah, he played the wizard in Shazam. Peel. Yeah, he was the wizard in there that gave Shazam his powers, and then he was in the dungeon in the last one. So that movie bombed though so bad. Nobody was making any money off residuals on Shazam 2. You know, nobody did. That was so bad. But I think. Yeah, it did. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't that great. I mean, I didn't think it was. I mean, I'm the world's worst. I am nicer when it comes to these movies. I try to find the goodness in them, you know. And I even Craven, I would have to laugh at some things. I'm like, I got to laugh at a lot of things in Craven. But I'm just like, I feel it. I think that what Trevor says is a valid point. I just wonder if like people will listen enough to do better by people in the next contract negotiation, you know, because we're always undercutting. There's undercutting. They're trying to pay people less people on set. They're trying to get less workers because wages are going up, they say. And so I don't know if the producers are going to even listen to anybody now. I've also heard that it's like, you know, some of these big actors will come forward, Trevor, and they'll come to these meetings and they'll propose stuff for like stunt people or for like, you know, stand-ins and then the producers won't even listen to the big celebrities, like, whatever. So it's like but they'll use that against them. They're like, oh, we pay you enough money, so we don't want to hear from you, you know? But it's like people across the board are making enough money in Hollywood to actually sustain in Los Angeles. That's the problem. You know, and if anything showcases anything, it's like the fighters. It's like we gotta care about each other more, but you know, it's just dividing people more right now. It seems like. So, I hope that this can actually shed some light, make it better. I don't know though. I really don't know. I don't know if the business can change. I hope it can, but I don't know if it can change. The Beldani thing, I'm gonna go to GR first in the Beldani thing because I think Trevor has a hot take on this too. So I'm gonna go to Trevor next and get GR in there first. So GR, we saw the clip. The clip came out. Beldani's saying it's gonna incriminate her more than him, Should he release this? Because people are saying he shouldn't have released it. Just let dogs lie. Let the footage come out in court and go from there. Should he have released? Because this happened in other cases, like the Johnny Depp thing. Amber Heard released some stuff to the press, and it was actually ended up hurting her. Do you think it'll hurt him release this, or can it actually help him?
I don't know that it'll help or hurt. I mean, as an actor, that was nothing. I mean, it didn't look abnormal. It didn't look like he was doing anything dirty. It was an actor shooting supposed to be a romantic dance, a love scene. Come on, guys. Yeah, I've heard stories about her and how wonderful she's not. And she wants money from him, and he wants money from her, and it's I think it's a bunch of bullshit, personally.
The whole situation seems messed up to me. The more we dive into it more, I'm like, the fact that this guy, is his first big project. He gets the rights to it. And now he's like fighting Blake Lively and fighting Ryan Reynolds, who've been around for a long time. Makes me wonder, but also makes me wonder, like, what kind of conversations, if she's saying that this hurt her, what kind of conversations were they having outside of on set, before they're shooting? Because she was saying he was talking about pornography and talking about like her weight and talking about like, his fetishes, what are hers. If he was having those conversations, then this could shine light in this being a toxic situation. But to me, it's like, this is kind of like shooting the set. This happens a lot. And it just depends on the conversations that happen outside of filming. That's what it comes to me, GR. So I don't know. We'll have to see like
unless she's got recordings of them.
Which she probably doesn't. She might have, there's text messages of stuff, I guess.
Well, if she got evidence, then he loses. If she doesn't have it, she loses.
Yeah. Trevor, you see this too. It sounds like you're taking the opposite approach to this. You watch the footage. What do you think?
I usually do take the opposite approach.
That's good.
Okay, so first of all, I have to admit that I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of skipped through it a little bit and watched little bits and pieces. I think that like the important thing to keep in mind here, though, is that he controls all the footage. He has all of it. And what he's released is a heavily edited portion that he thinks helps his case. Like, there is so many like more hours of like unused footage from every movie than like the 9 or 15 minutes or whatever it was that he released. And like, he basically put out the stuff that he thought would make him look good. And like Herkamp said, like the fact that he put it out in the public eye instead of entering it into evidence in the trial shows, like, I think that what we should take away from this is he's trying to sway public opinion towards his in his favor, but it feels like he knows it's not going to stand up in court. Otherwise, he would have just put it into evidence. That's right. My takeaway from it. Like, I feel like he's just trying to like get his story out there and get everybody like rallied to his side as soon as he can before like anything worse comes out. But like, I think what should have been done here is all of the footage should have been turned over to the courts to sift through, rather than, like I said, he controls everything. He just put out the stuff that he thought made him look good. So
but isn't that, Trevor? Isn't that what they're both doing?
She doesn't have the footage. I mean, yeah, everybody's always trying to make themselves look good, but like, she's
giving her story her way, trying to sway public opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I mean, like, I'm speaking specifically about the clip that he released. Like, this is specifically, this is what he's trying to do with it. We don't know what's in the rest of the footage. I'm not necessarily taking either side. I mean, like, my gut says that she's right, but like, I would like to wait until like the evidence is like actually analyzed to like throw my weight behind anything for whatever little my weight is worth. I'm just saying that this clip seems like a manipulation tactic on his part, the way that it was released. And as far as like money goes, like, I don't think she's in this for the money. She's married to Ryan Reynolds, one of the most bankable actors in Hollywood. She doesn't need the money. Like, I think that whether she does or not, I think she believes she has a case here. Like,
she has to, right?
Yeah. I don't think that she's in it for a paycheck. I think that she legitimately experienced something, and whether that something was actually illegal or not is to be determined, and she just really wants something done about the situation. So that's my take on it. As far as like what's shown in the clip, like, is this just acting or whatever, it's like, well, yeah, It is, and like the thing is, like, we've all been on sets. Like, you still have to show up and you still have to do your job, no matter what's happening behind the scenes. So what we're seeing in the clip is her showing up and doing her job because she's still a professional.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have enough information to determine who's right here. I just think it's a little slimy the way that he released it up.
I know that's the thing too. It's like that happened before. It's happened in multiple cases where you're getting these things like released, and it's like I saw today that P Diddy has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against against some of the jurors or something like that, or the people that are coming against him. I'm like what about I was like, how's P Diddy filing defamation lawsuits right now while in prison? And there's a huge I don't know. I mean, you got a RICO case against one person. I don't know how that's happening. But everyone's going to have their side of the story on things at the end of the day. And I think that this does showcase acting. That's what it does, And I think you're right, Trevor, when he put it out there, a lot of people in Hollywood, like, I am like, yeah, that's what happens on set. We get that, And that can persuade people on your side. I still think that's weird about the nice pool thing in Deadpool Wolverine, which is clearly that's that guy. I mean, I'm saying clearly, even like commenting on the weight, and she looks good, and she has had a baby, she lost a lot of weight. It's a little weird. So, I mean, there's clearly some bad blood there, but maybe it was just because Beldani was trying to control them too, and they got upset about that, And if someone was dissing on your wife, I'll play both sides. If there's some dissing on your wife, then you would be like, fuck this guy, And so we don't have we have text messages that she released that he said they were edited. Now we have this video that came out that she's saying he edited. And so now we're like, well, okay, we got all this stuff coming out. We see getting to court with this. I still don't think this is going to court. They want to have a jury trial, but I feel like this will get settled beforehand. What do you think, Trevor? Do you think they'll settle this and not go to court? Will this be another big Hollywood scandal?
I don't know. I hope it goes to court. I hope it does. Because like I said, I don't think she's looking for money. So I don't think she's going to want to settle. That's
like Gwyneth Paltrow. When she went to court, like $1 for that ski thing. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Vaguely.
Yeah. It was like $1 for the guy who was like, ran into her. Like, that was it. And she didn't even care about the money. And she won, and it made sense, So she was like, F this guy. So I don't know. GR, what do you think? Think this will go to court?
I think it could well go to court. Because right now it's just a bunch of he said, she said.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I want to hear more about it. I think we're getting trickles of stuff, like Trevor's saying, from both sides. Trying to make everybody. I'm trying to look good here. You're trying to look good there. But I still I watch the footage and I just go, yeah, I've seen this a million times working on set. I've been there too. Where I've actually been where I've been directing something like that too. You're in the scene. You're like talking about the directing, but you're trying to act while you're in there too. So I mean, this could be interpreted one way or the other. So honestly, we'll have to wait how it all plays out to get more of these messages and this communication, and then we'll see. At the end of the day, we'll make a case to see who we think actually is the person that is guilty here. And it just sounds like it was a bad set. And the movie did good too. I almost put it on last night. I'm like going through watching movies I haven't watched because I've been sick. I'm like, I should just put this fucking movie on. I didn't put it on. I watched like the Substance instead. Have you guys seen The Substance at all?
Hell yes.
That fucking movie, GR. Oh my God, it's gross, Trevor. It's gross. I had no idea.
I thought seeing it in the theater, I thought the movie was over. Like the character arcs were closed, all the storylines were done, and then that third title card comes in, and I was like, oh my God! And then it goes off the rails. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. I wasn't ready for it, but I'm glad I saw it.
Demi Moore, round of applause to you, Demi Moore. Round of applause. She did fucking great. I'll go real applause too. She did great. But I was cringing. I was like, I was like, I hear great things about Little C, and I was like cringing. I'm like, oh my God, like on my pillow, like this is nasty. Between like the transformation happening and splitting out of her back and like the other body coming out. Ugh, there was some. I had no idea. But GR, watch The Substance, GR. You might. I don't know what you're gonna think about that. Whew. And before we get our winner of hot takes,
Demi's in it. I'll go watch it.
Oh, she looks fucking smoking too in it. She looks great. I was like, damn, from the very first scene, I'm like, she looks great. I'm like, get it, Demi Moore. Fucking, she had that Olivia Newton-John thing going on, kind of. I was all about it, She looked good in it. But one more quick thing, since we have time, there's only three of us here tonight. Do we think Russ will get domestic distribution at all? I don't think so. I said it before. I think it's going to go to streaming, and that's it. GR, no.
No, not a chance in hell.
Trevor, think at all? Theaters at all? Limited release?
No, I don't think any distributor is going to want to touch that. It would be nice only because her widow and son have a stake in it now, like they get a share of the profits, but I don't think anyone's going to want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think a lot of people are already boycotting it. The fact that what happened overseas in Poland, there were people there, but there was more like a memorial to her, than anything else. And then, people are. It's just to me, it's like you made the movie finish because of her, but all the drama, all the lawsuits, Alec Baldwin now going after the prosecution now too. There's so it's such a dirty situation. We've had too many conversations about Alec Baldwin, but I feel like it's never going to end. And I think that just doomed the movie. Just doomed the movie in general. There was a way of getting around it, I think, but I think they just played it all wrong. I just think they did. That happens a lot though. And I see the chat talking about, so one more quick thing. The rhinos in Gladiator. I know Queen's upset about the rhinos and the tigers, and now people are upset about Wakanda. But I get it. Like, I think Ridley Scott was trying to one-up himself in that movie and trying to get like bigger and bigger spectacles. So that's why he had the CG rhinos and the CG monkeys and the CG lions. They were a little distracting, but I don't know. I mean, I love that they flood the arena because it actually happened in Gladiator days too. Flood the arena, had like the water battles. That was pretty cool. Trevor, did you see the second one?
I did not. I love the first one so much. I didn't feel like it needed a sequel. I didn't want to tarnish the first one. I'm just gonna let it go.
There's a third one coming too, by the way. So,
all right,
it's happening.
I'm glad people are enjoying them. I'm glad Ridley Scott's still working.
Right, good for him.
Yeah.
I'm happy he is too. Like, he's a talent. I'm happy he's still working too. GR, how about you? Are you upset about those CG lions as much or Queen was the rhino and stuff?
No, it's CG for crying out loud. It's not real.
Well, I think
if they were killing real animals, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah,
but
you couldn't do that. There's no way.
It's a computer-generated image. Give me a break.
It's still the sentiment of it. Like, I'm with Queen on this one. Like, I mean, I would still see a movie if it had that, but like I would be upset with it also. It's the principle of it. Like, you still just don't like, even if it's CGI, you're meant to believe, you're meant to suspend disbelief and believe this is an animal the same way you're meant to believe that an actor is Darth Vader. So like, if you're sensitive to violence against animals, you'd be sensitive to violence against cartoon animals also.
I just read the rest of Queen's stuff, so I get your saying. I thought Queen was saying she hated how bad it looked, the CG. She's actually talking about the mistreatment of the animals. Yeah, I can see that. And also people also watch stuff like that, and they'll do shit too,
What you have to look at when you see that, especially in that movie, that's what really happened. The shit went on in the Colosseum was incredibly violent, not only to people but animals and people too. I mean, they were just showing you what happened. They weren't doing it.
No, I mean that's fine. Like, it's just like, I think it's good that we're allowed. Like, I'm not advocating for censorship or anything. I'm just agreeing with her. Like, if you don't want to see that, then you don't have to see it. Like, you can opt out. Like, I was playing a World War II game recently on my computer, and like, there was some parts where you had to like shoot dogs, and I just quit. I was just like, I don't want to shoot dogs. Like, this game was cool, but I don't want to shoot dogs. I want to shoot Nazis.
Yeah.
So, it was a well-made game right up until I had to shoot a dog.
And you're like, I'm done with this,
Like, I understand that the military
in a game.
Same reason they have it in Gladiator 2, GR. That was real. They used dogs as attack dogs in war,
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's for the realism. But, like, and I understand that and I respect that, but I don't want to do it.
Why?
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, there's dogs guarding the Nazi compound and you have to take them out. And so I was like, no,
I'm good on that.
I'm good.
That's a weird thing to even program in. Like, you shoot some dogs. That's some weird person who programmed that in. I don't know.
Woof.
It's weird to me. Yeah, woof. Yeah. But I gotta say this. I still like Gladiator 2. I think it's good. I think you should check it out, Trevor. I know you don't want to check it out, but it's on Paramount Plus right now if you want to. And
Blu-ray releases March 4th, Brian.
Paramount Plus. But anyways,
I
everybody,
had a hard time with Denzel playing a bad guy.
I liked it. I liked Denzel in that movie. He was great, I thought. Yeah,
well, he was, but it's just Denzel.
Well, Paul's been doing. I know. But great quick takes, everybody. Great quick takes. I can't even say it. Great quick takes. Woo! I haven't been talking for a long time. My voice is like, what is this talking thing? Brian, do it again. Because I've been mute for like the past week, it feels like. But I did Monday's show. It got worse after Monday. But we do have a winner, everybody, of Hot Takes officially. Yes, we do. So I've ended the poll. We have had our moment to talk about things.
It's going to be Dave, isn't it?
I mean, I should have put Dave in there, actually. I didn't put Dave in there. I didn't put Dave in there. I bet Dave would be pissed at me if he knew that, but Dave can't hear me. So I think he's probably not really even here. I don't know. But we do have a winner of Hot Takes, everybody. So without further ado, our winner of Hot Takes for this Hump Day edition of Kruse Control. Yes! I can't get that. Thirsty Daddy, GR Waters. Congratulations, GR.
Every week, GR. Every week, you're like, I thought Trevor had it, and you always win.
I know. I thought you had it.
It's fine. I do the hot takes for the joy of doing the hot takes.
Yeah. Well, I thought you had it. I really did. Peppy, you thought you had it too, right, Peppy?
Hungover from the weekend. I was out doing it, getting it in.
Peppy, that was a long time ago. I guess Peppy's been. How what Peppy's been doing? I don't know what he's been doing, but watch out for Peppy.
Guys, I am not an alcoholic.
You
and
are.
I'm serious about this. I don't know where these rumors are coming from, but it's not me.
Yeah. Anyways.
I mean, that's where it came from.
Yeah, that's really where it came. That's where we came from. Anyways, great hot takes, everybody. And something else just went down that might revolutionize everything. My question is, are the machines coming, guys? Are the machines coming? I'm worried a little bit. I'm a little worried. Let's talk about that in the weather. It's time for the weather, everybody. Now I'm talking about a severe storm of AI coming in right now. Woo! Has Skynet initialized? That's my question. Well, no, it's going to be called Stargate. But why don't we just drop this shit and just call it Skynet at this point? Because a new bill has been a new group of millionaires have gotten together, and now they're forming a global business, a 5-year investment to make again a $500 billion investment into making AI across the whole United States. We're talking about changing the infrastructure, bringing everybody together to make this a thing. Now, this is someone the new Trump administration came for, getting the billionaires together. Even Musk came forward and said they don't have enough money. They only have like 10 billion. But the idea is like $500 billion put into AI. They're going to start breaking ground in Texas, making facilities. They're talking about it being for medicine and for not for transportation, medicine and health. Kind of, they're saying they answer to help people for that. But if you're putting about $500 billion in AI, now they also took away from a bill that was actually supposed to restrict AI, that was supposed to like make sure that we have like different sanctions against AI in the government and the country. That went away now, so they're opening the door for AI to flourish. And you know, we've been fighting this for a long time in Hollywood. We've been talking about it for a long time. I would say the AI machine here. And about how, you know, it's in our whole contract negotiation. We want to stop the AI. We weren't going to stop it. But now I feel like we're just going to be like, hey, guys, just let Skynet take over, guys. Let's bring the machines in. Because I love technology. I do. But, like, they're calling it Stargate. Come on. We're calling it Stargate. and we're gonna put $500 billion into it. This is gonna build fast. There's a thing I was reading about quantum computers recently, about how they could actually, like, they're gonna, by the time it's like 2030, they'll be able to actually break down like every mathematical like equation and break any password. I think it's gonna happen faster, and when that happens, the machines might come. I'm just saying, the machines might come. So there are jobs that might go away. That's been a big worry about that. Of course, the business I talk about, it could affect the business because we already see what happened to AI. We've talked about every day, week in and week out, about actors being replaced by AI, talking about how it's changing the business, talking about how we've been putting these laws in action. I hear this though, I just hear Skynet. That's me, like a new organization, all these billionaires putting like OpenAI together with every different form of artificial intelligence combining to one. It just seems like Skynet. Is Skynet coming, Trevor? Am I crazy?
At last, we have created the Torment Nexus from the classic sci-fi novel Don't Create the Torment Nexus. Oh my god. Did you guys see the Terminator? Skynet destroys like 95% of humanity in 6 minutes? That's what happens, right? I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
That's what happens. It could be a good thing though.
No, it couldn't.
GR's ex-wife begs to differ right here.
No, I'm with him. I mean, I don't want Skynet around.
We really need to like put a plug in all this AI shit until we can figure out how to do it without boiling the oceans. Like oh my god. We talk about this like every week, don't we? Like it's just there's so many
flooding in.
There's so many like downsides to AI, and like the only upside is that you can type in a few words and generate a picture of a woman with 5 tits. What are we doing with all this shit?
I'm sorry, Trevor, that got me.
I just don't see why we need any of this. I can see that there will someday be applications for it, but like until we can get around the fact that it's literally like destroying like hundreds of thousands of gallons of water a day, and it's generating like so much heat, especially like, oh, we got wildfire season, you guys. I don't know if you noticed. Like I just really think we need to put a cork in this until we can figure out how to do it sustainably. And even then, I don't see how there's possibly any advantage to like. I mean, Racer X, I'm not talking about stopping progress. I'm talking about slowing down until we can figure out a way to not kill ourselves with it. The AI is inevitable. It will happen, but I just think we need to do what we can to slow it down for a minute. Because we're going to kill ourselves. It's going to happen. Whether it's the AI getting control of the nuclear codes and just dropping every bomb on us like Terminator, or it's just, hey, there's no more drinkable water left because we fed it all to AI, something mundane like that. We need to figure out this technology like sustainably. I think I've just said that like 50 times in a row. I'm just really, really emphatic about this.
I get it, Trevor. I get it though. I mean, I get it. Is anybody having some weird audio feedback, by the way, or is it just me?
It must be you. I don't have it.
Yeah, I think I'm okay on my end.
Okay, I just hear some weird, like, it's like funny that I'm hearing like robot voices from both you guys, which is kind of hilarious for the conversation we're having right now.
Is it Skynet? Is Skynet in your house?
I mean, I think it maybe entered an algorithm that like don't talk about this, But I love technology, guys. I love technology. I love the idea of AI. Like, I love the idea of it. I think it does help our lives and makes it so much easier in a lot of ways. And it can actually take away some of these mundane jobs away. But I mean, it's a big push moving. It's just a big direction change, and I think that we can't stop technology, as Racer X said. I think we have to be planned for it, and I think by 2030 it's going to be a very different ball game. I think it's going to be. I can see the changes happening in the air. I know we've been trying to fight it, and I think we can't stop it. Some people just want to stop it in its tracks, but like Trevor said, we got to study it some more and make it so that our AI overlords actually like us. You know what I mean?
Can we also maybe put it use it in a more useful direction? Like, can we get an AI to pick plastic out of the ocean, or does every AI need to be a screenwriter?
It's a good question. There shouldn't be
screenwriters.
It feels like there's more useful things we could be doing with this.
GR, I'm going to put over to you for a sec. I got to refresh. This audio is killing me right now. I'm going to refresh. But GR, tell me right now, go into a little bit. Do you think this can actually happen that fast? Is this just like, of course, we're putting some money at it right now. Is this going to help us down the line that we're starting to get into this? Maybe the research will be better? Or do you think that this is, again, like too fast for this?
I think
I'll be right back.
bottom line is Trevor's right. I mean, to have AI move that quickly, I mean, where are they coming up with 500 billion? That's what I want to know. You know, it just seems like they're throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah. Seems like there's better ways to spend $500 billion too.
Just give me 1 billion. I'm not greedy. It really is amazing what, you know, they'll throw stuff out there. Every new administration does something weird to start with. 500 billion for AI.
AI. My audio is better now, which is good. I know it's a lot of money.
Trevor and I were worried about it.
Yeah, it sounded like everybody were robots. Like it was like it's like Optimus Prime to me, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now, but I did not call for an Autobot, not at all. But I do like a lot. There's a lot of good movies about AI stuff too, and I do love what the advances that have caused things to be greater. Like I do like being able to ask my phone things. You know, Neuralink's one thing I'm worried about, but I also would like to know things just by thinking. I would that's actually kind of cool to me. But then again, like, where does that stop though? You know?
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, right. You just like it reminds me of the Matrix, right? You just freaking this is what it is. Like, oh, I know Kung Fu. You know, it's so great. I think it's awesome. I love technology. If you ask anybody, I'm like the biggest tech guy out there. I love it all. But I'm just like, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. A lot of people diving into it. To me, I would love to be like Star Trek and stuff like that. Yeah, let's get in there. And you can't really it's like we're being spied on with our phones all the time. Think about every time you look at something or you look up something that it tells you like, here's 5 more places you can find that, you know? And it's like, okay, that's helpful, but also it's what it is. It's the world we live in. So, I mean, I just laugh at the name too. Starnet, or are they not? I mean, Stargate. We're called Stargate. Yeah. Like, why would I just, like, honestly, if it were me, I would just call it Skynet.
Another world, can it?
Yeah, but why don't we just call it Skynet? Didn't think that was a conversation that came forward? Should we just call it Skynet? What do you guys think? Think that was a conversation?
Brian.
Yeah, maybe I could have just spelled it differently. Skynet, N-E-T-T. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Ronald Reagan had Star Wars. So.
There we go. Right? You never know. But to me.
Just remove the E, so it's S-K-Y-N-T, like grinder.
That's the way to do it. That's the way I do it. But I mean, I saw this. I'm like, is Skynet coming? I'm like, I laugh so hard because I'm like, oh, we're gonna make across the United States, we're gonna start building like this whole AI infrastructure. So it's a fascinating thing, and I think it can make things easier. We just have to regulate it and watch it, and and learn with it, and then make sure it likes us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, Jerry?
We decided that we're gonna make it 497 billion.
Okay.
Give $1 billion to each of us, and then they can have the other 497.
I mean, I would take that, GR. I would totally take that. Would you ever put the chip in you? Because that's like something that's coming too. The Neuralink?
No effing way in hell.
No. You'd be connected to the AI though, and be right in there, GR. Everything you want to know.
Ryan,
there was a movie called Stargate.
What part of no don't you understand? The N or the O?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure, Brian. Like you can know anything just by thinking, "Oh, I wonder this." Oh, and suddenly you know it. But also, your childhood memories are going to be locked behind a paywall for $14.99 a month, and you're going to go to sleep dreaming about ads.
Oh, I didn't think about that. You're right. That's a possibility. Totally is.
That's 1,000% what they're going to do with it. Absolutely.
Oh man, I could imagine. Like you'd be just like all of a sudden.
There was a Stargate TV show.
Yeah, as Queen said, the TV show, the movie with Kurt Russell. I love the movie. The movie was really good. The original movie. I think there was a sequel too, but
there was a second movie, but it was the pilot to the TV show because it was like a made for HBO thing, and then they spun off the show from there.
That makes sense.
I love
yeah.
the show.
You can find it on Pluto. That's cool. I mean, the show was good. I like the show too. Talk about some good sci-fi. I love good sci-fi too. That's why I love AI stuff. Like, I love the sci-fi aspect of it. I'm like, what can we do? Like, I see people talking about Star Trek. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And, you know, like, beam me up. Let's go. Remember, like, the big thing people were saying, like, they were like, how do the doors open in real life? How does that ever be a technological thing? I'm like, that seems like the simplest thing they could have done in technology. You know, it's like a sensor. The door opens. It's magic.
But I mean, Brian, you have to remember there's just as many Star Trek episodes that caution about technology as there are that are pro technology. I'm all for technology. I just really need to see it like tempered by the humanities. Like you need science and philosophy. You need them both together. Otherwise we're just in trouble.
That should be a stipulation for a place too. Like as they're building that organization up too, it should be like you should have to have people that are going to be like keeping them in check. I'm like, no, we got to stop for a second because we have to study this longer, or we have to instill these kind of like guidelines in here so it understands humanity better. You know, because that's always a worry. It's like if it goes off, we've all seen those things where like the AI likes us at first and it scans the whole internet. It's like, oh, these people should just all die and then kill them. You know what I mean? We've all seen that. It's it's how many movies.
Good movie idea, you know?
Yeah. Okay, it hasn't, you know. But I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I'm like, that's a lot of money because it could push us forward, as people are saying on the chat, could push us forward technologically into the future faster. But it could also, at what kind of like cause and effect can happen, you know, because of that. Maybe we go too fast. But I think like with quantum computers already learning as fast as they are, it's a fascinating thing. Like that they can think about that. Think about like passcodes back in the day. I was listening to something recently about passwords back in the day. Like Caesar, he used like a thing where he changed like the letter, like you go 3 letters into the alphabet, he'd change every 3rd letter in his notes, and it was like he'd encrypt things like that. People never figured it out. And like a machine can pick that out like that, you know what I mean? But there are like so many encryptions people can't understand yet. And the machines will be picking up like that, and that. As it gets smarter, they'll be able to crack anything and learn everything. We'll be going back to being like writing things on notes and like sending them through pigeons and shit again. It could get to, you know, that's, you know, I think it could happen. That's why like Silo's cool too, Trevor, which I think you should watch Silo. I'll say it to you again. And GR, you've never watched Silo either, have you?
No.
Talk about technology. I want to go read the books now because the books seem very.
They put it on. If you didn't have to pay $5,000 a month to get all these menus to see everything, you know.
Yeah, the streaming services. It's so good though, GR. It's really good, and the second season just ended. But it's also like wrapped in like, you know, how the world ended. They put us in bunkers, how we have to like, how we're surviving, what can happen there with humanity being trapped underground. There's a lot of themes that are really interested in the show. Again, it's also based on technology stuff where we could go, which is always fascinating to me. I love to study that stuff. We should be aware.
I love to watch these movies where they're living underground. Okay, where are they getting the food? Where they get, you know?
They have crops in the silo. They have crops. Yep. They're growing crops. They have water. They have like a huge water big water tanks, reservoir down below. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word. They're down below. They drilled way deep and they have that water. They're bringing it in. Yeah, but
yeah. Sorry, a little bit off topic. I see Queen in the comments says the doors in Star Trek worked by someone pulling a rope during the scene, and their outtakes of the actors walking into doors when they aren't paying attention. I just wanted to mention I worked on a movie where I was the guy inside the wall opening the doors for the actors. So that's 100% awesome. True. I have done that. That has been my job.
That's awesome. That's it. It works that way too. Right now we have humans doing it, but you know, there's also some machines doing it. But that's funny. I love that, Queen. That's great. That's a great story too, Trevor. That's awesome. But oh, the AI is coming. So we keep you posted how it's going to affect the business. I'm waiting the ramifications to come. I bet people are going to be all up in arms very soon about this. So stay tuned for more about that, because I love the technology. Just like I love Star Trek, I love Star Wars. And then we talked about Star Wars last, but we're talking about Star Wars one more time, guys, because a new casting came out for, not the James Mangold casting, but I'm talking about now the Sean Levy one. Can we talk about that in our featured story of the night? So Star Wars, everybody, one more time. Now we have official news that Ryan Gosling is in final communication, kind of final contract negotiation for, again, Sean Levy's new Star Wars movie. And again, we've been hearing a lot of Star Wars stuff recently. We got the whole thing about Ben Kenobi coming into Ahsoka. We talked about that last week. We got also, I just heard that Natalie Portman might be coming in to be Ahsoka season 2 as well. There's a lot of Star Trek stuff. Of course, we got Grogu and Mandalorian, but this new Star Wars project, again, is separate. That you keep doing as a separate project away from all the other Star Wars projects out there. Sean Levy has signed on directed. He's been working on this for a while behind the scenes. Of course, he did Deadpool and Wolverine. Everybody, if you did watch that, you know I'm talking about how great that did, right? But Sean Levy's new Star Wars movie is moving forward. For the past 2 years, been working on it. Still untitled, but they have a release date of December 17th, 2027, and it's scheduled to be the next movie after Mandalorian and Grogu. So the project is going to be, again, not much news on this, not much really happening. We don't really know. Not connected to Luke Skywalker at all. Not core canon for any of the episodes at all. Standalone movie, and I'm guessing Ryan Gosling is, maybe he's a Skywalker. They say he's not going to be connected though. MPO, so I'm thinking he's just a Jedi. I think he's a Jedi. Come on, you're not going to make him a Sith Lord. I think they're making him a Jedi. Come on, that guy. You think Kenergy is going to come in to be a Sith Lord? I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
I'd love to see it.
I think he could do it. He could totally do it. But I still feel like he's going to be just a Jedi. Or I kind of like, again, Skeleton Crew. I know a lot of people didn't watch it, but if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, because I do like what Jude Law did in there, being like the kind of outlaw, not really a Jedi, but semi-trained to be a Jedi. Pirate. He had a cool character. It's like, I think that's fascinating. It's different than we're used to in this Star Wars universe, as opposed to just having to be about, well, Luke Skywalker, which I thought was always needed at one point, but it's not needed. Now it's more fun to get into the world of Star Wars and see what's actually going on. They call it like Star Wars for a reason. There's a bunch of wars happening. There's millions of people involved. You would think we'd get more stories, and now we're finally going to get that. And Ryan Gosling, I think, why not? Bring him in. I can see him in a Jedi robe. I can totally see him being a Jedi. You know, he'd be a starship captain too. There you go, Racer X. He could totally be that. What do you think, GR? What do you think he's gonna be? You think that'll be a Jedi, or do you think he's gonna be along the line going for the dark side, GR? Oh, I cannot hear GR. Can you guys hear GR?
I cannot hear GR.
Cannot hear GR. GR is offline, guys.
No, I'm not. I just had the damn thing muted because I was sneezing.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be a Jedi.
You think that's it? You think he's a Jedi? Huh? You don't see him being Darth Goslith?
No.
You think? But okay, not connected. So you think he's gonna be like, I don't know, like a good Jedi? You think he's gonna be a good Jedi? You think he's gonna be like one of the first Jedis, or you think he's gonna be like? Do you see any world where?
I think that's what they're doing. Is they're going back pre the original 3 and making this, giving us some history, and he could be one of the first, or not, if not the first, one of the original guys to wear the robes, if you will.
I mean, I think he makes sense, right, PR? I think why not, right?
I don't see him playing a bad guy in a pre-Darth Vader,
That could encourage him, though. He might want to do that. It might be some fun for the play, GR. It might be some
going back 25,000 years or something.
Yeah, we've been going back, but that's thing, like, they're still being very cryptic about this Sean Levy one, because we know the Mangold one's going back like 25,000 or 50,000 years, something like that. But they're not really giving too much details about when this one takes place.
Oh, this is okay. I didn't realize that was. I thought this. I also thought this was the 10,000 years ago one.
This is a different one now too. This is a different. Look how many Star Wars projects are happening here, Trevor. There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot. So this is a completely different one. There's no plot details. No idea what era, except it's not in the Skywalker era. This could be in the future, could be in the past, I'm guessing the past. If you're going back for Mangolds, why not like start building a whole, kind of like they did the Star Wars shows with like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all those that kind of fit in that same kind of time frame. I'm guessing they're gonna do the same thing again. Go back and do a bunch of movies in a different time frame, not connected at all. Free reign, right? That's what it feels like. Free reign, make your own thing. And I think Ryan Gosling is a good choice to be an actor in a Star Wars movie. I'm surprised he hasn't been in one yet. What do you think? What do you think, Trevor? Do you see him flourishing with the Force?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like I don't want to say that he's going to do like the same thing he's done in sci-fi before, but like I keep every time we talk about this, I keep thinking about him in Blade Runner, which was great, obviously. But like if he like he's probably going to be like he's probably going to be some kind of Jedi or Jedi adjacent character. He's probably going to be a good guy. But I would, since you brought it up, I would love to see him as a villain, like see him like play it kind of like his character in Drive, like something like very like morally ambiguous and like very formidable like that. Like I think that'd be fucking cool. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever ends up happening here, I'm all for Ryan Gosling in Star Wars. I think he's going to do something interesting.
Like how Queen said, wouldn't they be in caves?
I like Queen's question there.
Yeah. Wouldn't they be in caves 10,000 years ago? They might be, but maybe they're like first figuring out the caveman force, I feel like there's a lot of history, like the books and stuff. The cave. Well, there's a lot of history from back in the day with the books and stuff. There's a lot of knowledge back there that are, in its own kind of universe they could be diving into too, that just they haven't ever explored before on screen. That's what it is. They're doing their own thing. Why is it called Star Wars? Because they paid billions of dollars for Star Wars. So everything's have Star Wars slapped on it. $4 billion. Yeah. Insane. But they made that back.
Yeah. I mean, it's still called Star Wars because they're still going to use the building blocks. They're still like, even if it's 10,000 years ago, it's still going to have like concepts of the Force and like the early versions of the Jedi. Like it's still going to be very much using the things that we know and love from Star Wars, even if it's not connected to the continuity specifically.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're always going to do that. Hope it's not another flop. Race Direct says, I hope that I hope it doesn't flop. I mean, even Skeleton Crew, people are saying that it's getting good reviews. People just haven't been watching it. That's the problem. It's like people are just like, Trevor, do you think that the Star Wars fatigue is real now, though, that people just won't give stuff a chance? It doesn't matter who you're putting in it.
I mean, yes, because I have it. I mean, everybody. The fan base has been so divided for such a long time. And I mean, I know I'm part of that problem also. But like everyone's got opinions on Star Wars and everyone's opinions are pretty controversial. It's basically impossible for them to make something that everyone is going to like is the thing, because like everyone just has such radically different expectations of Star Wars at this point. It's like, if I was like asked to direct a Star Wars movie, I would say no, just because I don't feel like there's any possible way I could succeed. So like I respect I don't like, I feel like most directors, I'm like, I don't know why you would agree to do a Star Wars at this point, because you're just going to get so much shit for it. But like the fact that they're taking this in a different direction, they're doing something different, I think is probably the only way to move forward, honestly. So no, I'm kind of excited about this. I will probably end up seeing it. Like as long as the reviews are good and the word of mouth is good, like as long as it sounds like it's good, I'm gonna go see it.
I love Sean Levy. He's been doing some great stuff too. I mean, Deadpool, Wolverine, was massive. I like the Adam Project, right? I love the Adam Project did before that. I mean, I've liked a lot of his work. Did you see the Adam Project at all? It was on Netflix, I think. It was good, but it was Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds. Okay. But I thought it was great. They did a great job. And I honestly, I've gone back and watched a lot of his stuff. I saw Queen say, why don't they do episode 10? Well, they are doing episode 10 still, Queen. They are.
Are they?
10, 11, and 12. That's the idea. Yes. Okay. Rey is going to be teaching the new Jedi. She's a Jedi Master now, and she's teaching the new Jedi. Now, this has been something they've been going back and forth on. First, they said it was only one movie. Now they've branched into its 10, 11, and 12. So that is still moving forward. And now the directors keep changing on that too. So that's why it is delayed. They had a director involved. They dropped the director. It got pushed some more. It was supposed to shoot before Mandalorian Grogu because they lost the director, though it's stepped aside now. I think they were talking about having the Game of Thrones guys do it at one point. And then,
yeah, they were.
Yeah. And then they were talking to, there was somebody else they were talking to too.
Riding spaceships.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, but the thing is, like, it's been changed multiple. They still have Daisy Ridley signed on for it. And people were maybe thinking that Mangold was going to do it, but Mangold's like, I want to do something separate. So that's why he's getting a separate thing. And so this was it is. People are branching off. Sean Levy, they were thinking at one point was going to do it, but he got his own separate thing now too. So I think they're still trying to lock in. I think Colin Trevorrow was up for it at one point too. Did the Jurassic World movies, and he was supposed to do episode 9.
Yeah, he was supposed to do episode 9, but
yeah.
It sounds like he's difficult to work with, and also, Jurassic World was bad. So,
yeah, right. We had that conversation last week. We had that conversation, right? Like, I don't know about that.
I see Racer X in the comments is saying like, just give the fans what they want, and like that's my point, Racer X. You can't, because the fans are so vastly different and divided at this point. There's no possible way that you can give them one project that will satisfy all of them. Like, people are going to be angry about Star Wars no matter what you do at this point.
Yeah. Well, people are so passionate about it.
History, and some people would still bitch.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah, people are passionate about it. They want it to be like, when it's not built into their DNA, a lot of them. It's like nostalgia, you're like locked in. You can't like get rid of it. It's like, it's hard sometimes. Like we were talking about the other day that they're doing Goonies 2. It's like, I don't know how people are going to react to Goonies 2 coming, because it's like, it's, people expect a certain thing, and it's like been so long. Like, how do you make that same magic happen again? I don't know if you can.
There already was a Goonies 2. It was a game for the original Nintendo system, and I played it in 1990.
Was it good?
I was 6, so I don't remember.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe go back and check that out. My Nintendo's right behind me. Maybe I can go find it. I'm gonna go over to Game Dude and see if Game Dude has it. Game Dude's like this big old. I'm doing plugs for Game Dude now. A huge game factory that's like 5 minutes away from me. It has every video game system, every game for it. They have them they buy and they sell. It's a great place. I might go check out Game Dude, see if they have that Goonies too. But I love Star Wars, guys. I do, and I think that they have a lot down the pipeline. What will actually be working, what will not work, I'm not really sure. They killed Palpatine so many times. Something dark side, and and like I thought, they could have been even the last movie. I didn't hate the Last Sky or the Rise of Skywalker. I didn't really hate it, but I thought it was kind of like a shot of on a bottle rocket out, because it was like you're kind of going back to the original plan, but we got to bring Palpatine in. It's kind of like feel like, oh, we didn't have a plan for this. That's the problem,
I feel like episode 9 is what you get when you try to please everybody. It was the safest possible choices at every move, and when you try to please everybody, you functionally please nobody. So
what's the MacGuffin? What's the MacGuffin? We got this random artifact. This we have to find that Rey has to get to save the day, and then all of a sudden Palpatine's back and he's a clone. And was he Snoke? I have no idea. Was he actually Snoke? I don't really know at this point.
I don't know.
What was Snoke? I feel like Rian Johnson was just like, fuck you guys, fuck Snoke, I'm killing him off. I don't give a fuck what you think, and I'm done. And then
I don't feel that way at all. See, this is why the Star Wars fans are divided. I fucking love Last Jedi. Like,
really,
episode 8, that was the Star Wars movie I waited my whole life for. I love that movie so much, and I feel like Rian Johnson set it up so that Kylo Ren would be the big bad in episode 9. Like, I think the point of episode 8 was that Kylo was at a point where he was irredeemable, and we needed to grapple with that. He was supposed to take over the Empire and be the final bad guy, and I thought that would have worked really well. Apparently, more of the fans wanted him to become a good guy and kiss Rey, and fine.
Yeah, I know. It was so weird, too, when it happened, right? It became like a whole weird thing. It was like, okay, guys, I guess they're a thing. But that was kind of weird, like Luke and Leia, though, originally, too. Like, them coming together. Or then also like, well, we can't make a brother and sister now. We split it. Now Harrison Ford. It was like a weird connection they had. But they didn't go there. They decided to make them brother and sister instead,
So,
for the connection?
Do you know much about George Lucas's original plans for Return of the Jedi?
I don't. I know it all changed. I know it all changed because they said it was too dark, right, or something like that.
From what I understand from things that I've read and watched recently, it sounds like by 1983, George Lucas was just really burned out on like Hollywood in general, and Star Wars specifically. So like that's why he kind of like handed over Episode 6 to another director, and like essentially what we got in Return of the Jedi was all of his plans for Episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9 like scrunched into one movie. Like the line in Empire Strikes Back where Yoda says, "No, there is another," did refer to Luke's sister, but Luke's sister was not supposed to be Leia. That was supposed to be a completely new character. So like Luke and Leia were not intended to be siblings. They were supposed to be like lovers who were torn apart by the war that couldn't be together because of war reasons. So,
which makes sense. I guess, from the initial setup, at least, it makes sense, right?
definitely does. But like by the time they were making episode 6, he was so burned out he didn't want to do more Star Wars. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we could have had 3 more Star Wars movies in the 80s, but burnout.
That would have been great. That would have been cool. That would have been the time to do it too. And I love what they did
Absolutely.
that with The Last Jedi too. The writing on that was great. Empire Strikes Back. The writing was great.
Mhm.
I like the writing. But then again, it's like they were all, and honestly, Luke should have gone into the dark side, guys. I'm just saying, Luke should have gone to the dark side. I don't know why we didn't do that. That'd have been fun. I know GR is like, no, he's
Would have been interesting at least.
that's division though, right there. That's division.
No, you
Instead,
could
we
join Daddy.
you could have joined Daddy.
That's what we're saying. Everybody just wants different things from Star Wars. You can't please all of us.
Yep, there's no pleasing. And I know people are saying, what about a rebel group on a mission? Seems simple enough. Emma Peel saying, yeah, well, that's kind of like,
Love that.
that's kind of Skeleton Crew is kind of just about a group of kids, though, on a mission, too. I mean, it was kind of fun because it was like an adventure to get home. But it was like Goonies in space. That's what that was like. But I love the idea. And that's kind of
I
like what,
how you tied that back to Goonies. That was a good tie back.
right? I got the good. It really is Goonies in space.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it, but I don't know. But yeah, it could be something as simple as just like a run a mission, 100%. Taking on the Empire. It can be anybody. Make great characters and give us a good plot. We're done. And I think they're trying to get something separate because people were freaking out about not being, pleased. No one's pleased with the Skywalker franchise at the end. Nobody's going to be pleased. That's just what it is. I didn't see him as I didn't see Ryan Gosling in the Before Queen. That's a good fact right there. And young Hercules,
I
did not know.
know that.
No, that's interesting. But anyways, I just know that it's hard to please everybody. I do like the idea of Kylo Ren being that villain for that last one. That'd been kind of fun too. But Kylo Ren just became like, yeah, whatever. I shouldn't have killed. I did it. I shouldn't have killed my father. It's like I don't know.
He
It's
had
just
a
what it
change of
was.
heart off screen between movies.
Yep. And then it was like, here we go. And now we'll find out what they do with 10, 11, and 12. Like they're being really cryptic about it, but 10 is still moving forward. And it's supposed to be a new Jedi Order. But I am excited to see about these stuff in the past. Let's do a different franchise. Let's start a new revolution in the past. I'm down for that. We'll have to find out if it's good or not. And I think you get the right players. I think Ryan Gosling's talent, he can maybe bring some star power to this franchise. Hopefully get somebody else too. Maybe DiCaprio as a Jedi? I don't know.
No, please, no.
I'm just putting it out there. No.
Oh boy.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. We appreciate you as always. Happy hump day, everybody. Happy hump day. Hope you had a good time. My voice, this was a test. My voice is still not great, but I'm figuring it out. It's going to be okay. I get back to work tomorrow, so it's going to be what it's going to be. But thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. Happy hump day. A little intimate hump day. A little intimate hump. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit intimate with that, and sometimes you gotta
one hump or two.
We're just it's a slow process, GR. It's a slow process. But thank you, GR Waters, for being here. Appreciate GR. Hope you had a great time tonight. As always, happy to see our technical director himself, Mr. GR Waters.
It was a ball. First ever total guys night.
It's two total guys tonight. We had Pep Star here too, and Peppy was doing great. Peppy loved it so much. Dave, you are here. You were here, Dave. I know you were here. Yeah, I'm just saying. I know, Peppy. I feel fucking say shit all night. Thanks, Trevor, for being here too. Appreciate you, man. Hope you had a great time, man.
Hell yeah, I had a great time. Glad to be here. You know what I want to see a Star Wars movie? I want to see him adapt the X-Wing Rogue Squadron novels. That's my pitch for Star Wars.
Dude, that was on the docket for a long time, Rogue Squadron. For a long time.
Oh,
yeah, and then they took. It was who was supposed? There was a female director was attached to it, but they were going to direct it, and then they were going to write it. They're writing it, and they scrapped the script, and they're writing it again. I think it's still like in the back burner someplace.
right.
But I was really excited about that too.
This could unite the fans. That's what'll unite the fans.
I
Rogue
mean,
Squadron.
like,
Right.
it was such a good premise, you know?
Yeah,
It was such
I
a
know
good
I'm
premise.
confident.
Who was it? Patty Jenkins was going to direct it. That's who it was.
Oh,
Wonder Woman's
okay.
director.
That
She
makes
was
sense.
working on it. But then, like, you know, that was like when they were doing like Wonder Woman 1 or 2. So it was a while ago now. And I think she's still attached to it. But yeah, it's been sitting there in Star Wars limbo for a long time behind the Death Star. So maybe one day we'll see it. Maybe, yeah, Cream, Patty Jenkins, maybe one day. But thank you all for being here as always. Appreciate you. Happy Wednesday. Be back on Friday, and hopefully we'll all be feeling great and fresh and debonair by Friday. I'm hoping so too, and I'm hoping that I'm back to being 100% close. But like Trevor says, like the other week Trevor was here and he was sick, and like the play goes on, the ship moves forward, the show must go on, right? The show must go on. Yeah.
You know me. I'm finger licking good.
All right, Peppy. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, happy hump day. Good to see you, Racer X. Good to see you. Hope to see you back next time, too. But you got to keep spreading that love. We're still encroaching on those numbers on YouTube. The numbers keep going up because of you. Please spread the love. And if you can, join our membership. There's some great stuff there. We're going to add more and more as we go, too. And again, still working on that big guest for next month. The ones I can confirm, I will tell everybody for our 300th episode. Hopefully, I get that locked down in the next week or so. It's a time difference I'm dealing with too, so we'll see how it goes. But keep spreading that love to your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great grandmas and grandparents that came down from planet Peppy, landed smack down with all those poopy puppies. They're having a great time, having a big puppy root, smorgasbord. There's fucking Groot there, and beavers and badgers and bears, and they're pissing on Groot, and Groot's like, Groot? And he's pissed off because I know he is, but he's still subscribing to Kruse Control, and that's fine too, because the kangaroos are kicking him, and the joeys are popping out and smacking him across the face, and dangling off his earlobes. I don't know what's happening there. It's a great time. It's in GR's backyard now too, and GR's there. He's like, get the fuck off my yard. He's got a shotgun. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's fine because they're all friends, and they subscribe to Kruse Control, so GR put the rifle fucking down. He got in there, he jumped in a Speedo in the pool. I don't know what he's doing, but GR's having a great time. And all the Marsupilami's are there, they're having a great time. The mailman jumps in, he's in a thong. I don't know what the fuck's happening anymore, guys. They all subscribe to Kruse Control, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We love them all. Hey, everybody, have a great hump day. If you haven't humped it up yet, a little bit of time left. Please hump it in, and we'll see you back on Friday, everybody. But until then, see ya.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm